What's up, guys? My name's Cam.
And my name is Joel, and welcome to another episode of Sports from the Gutter, where we're talking sports stuff, and today we're talking fantasy football.
Yes, we are. I'll get right into it. Me and Joel are in a league, and last week it wasn't too good for me.
It was pretty bad for both of us, actually.
Yeah, you started the league with you were 1-0, right?
Yeah. I had a great first week.
You had an amazing first week. I think
week.
Every single one of your players had over 10 points.
Yeah,
and we're in the standard league.
Everyone was literally doing what they were supposed to do, which was really bad for me as far as outlook-wise, because I was like, okay, if fantasy is always like this, I'm going to have a great time. Little did I know, the next week it was just going to be the complete opposite. Yeah. No one did anything close to what they were supposed to do. It was just a train wreck all around.
You want to go over your lineup for week 2?
Week 2, yeah. As far as who didn't do anything is what you're saying?
Yeah, just you could say who you have.
Oh, week 3 you're saying?
Yeah. Well, no, week 2.
Week 2.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about week 2. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's what you're talking about, the whole B- thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
you can check. You can get your matchup recap. So how you did, they grade you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I literally just found that out right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
But yeah.
That's probably new because I don't think they did that last week.
I've gone back and I've checked previous weeks, week 1.
Yeah, I got an A week 1. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Who did you start at quarterback?
I had Winston for quarterback. Either way, I really wasn't losing much. Mariota had 14 points. Winston put up 12.46. So either way, I wasn't losing too much out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown, only 6 points. 6 points for Antonio Brown.
What is Antonio Brown doing? They won. They blew him out of the water. Yeah, but who was he throwing to? Who was Ben Roethlisberger throwing to?
Yeah, it was just not working out there. Terrell Pryor Sr., don't get me started on
let me
him.
start. Yeah, no. Let's talk about Terrell Pryor Sr.
Okay, let's talk about
this guy, he came from the Cleveland Browns. He was on the Cleveland Browns. He was doing something. So, that's something. Because usually their offense literally has nothing. So, him being under, Kirk Cousins, they expected that to be like a matchup made in
Plus,
heaven.
Deshaun Jackson's not over there. So,
exactly. So, it was all good for him, But it just seems like they're just not paired right. They're not syncing up. He keeps overthrowing it, even though Terrell Pryor Sr. is super tall. He doesn't have, he's not very fast. He's not, great with the hands, but he's tall. So, he usually can get up over those corners. And it just seemed like Kirk Cousins kept overthrowing him. I'm not sure if it's Kirk Cousins' problem.
I've heard that there's been a couple drop passes from Terrell Pryor, too.
Yeah, I have seen a couple drop passes, too. So, you can't completely put the blame on him, but it just seems like they're not syncing up right. Or something's going on there.
That's killing me because 3 points, that's it. That's all I got from him.
And then you had DeAndre Hopkins, I see.
Who's doing pretty decent.
I can't, last year he was, he was not good at all, honestly. I'll say that. But he's doing decent. He had 11 points for, week 1. Week 2, he had 7 points. So he's doing decent.
This dude tried to, sorry to jump into you, but he tried to trade me Larry Fitzgerald for DeAndre Hopkins. No, I wasn't doing it.
No, you shouldn't do it.
No,
definitely not. But it's, because DeAndre Hopkins is doing well, nobody expected that.
That's
Larry Fitzgerald is doing the opposite. He's supposed to be really good, but I'm not sure if he's doing that well, to be honest.
No, he's not doing as well as Hopkins. It's weird because he's so obvious that he's trying to rip you off on a trade. It's not even close.
Literally, you can see across from you. He has 2 points. Larry Fitzgerald had 2 points last week. DeAndre Hopkins had 7.
He's not even hiding. It's okay, you're doing the best in the league, and you're making a trade. Obviously, that trade is to benefit you, and it's going to make me worse. It's unless he threw another player in there and try to get me another player to make it, kind of cover it up.
Exactly.
But he literally a player for a player, one that's producing to a player that's not producing.
Exactly. And that's bad because, especially in fantasy, if you're trying to, if you're blatantly giving bad trades, that just ruins your credibility going forward so that nobody's going to want to trade with you. Even if it's actually, could be potentially a decent trade. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to do it because he ruined his credibility.
I thought about looking at his team and maybe trying to get another running back, but maybe
I messed up back when I traded Zeke, man. That's what messed me up completely. In this
that was
league.
a bad one. Yeah. Who did you want? You wanted
Zeke did a completely
horrible game, but as long term wise, it looks like he'll be.
Yeah, I traded Zeke and Moncrief for. Who was it? Michael Thomas, who did pretty decent last week. I'll say that. Yeah. Okay. He had 8 points or something like that.
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette.
Oh yes, I'm so happy about Leonard Fournette. He's pretty much my RB1 at this point.
Oh, he's definitely, week 1 he had 18 points. Week 2 he had 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
He literally, let me actually look at his stats. So week 1 he had 26 rushing attempts. He went for 100 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 24 receiving yards.
Yeah.
That's amazing for a rookie in his breakout game, honestly.
And he was going against the Houston defense too.
Exactly. He was going against Houston defense. Against the Titans in week 2, I'm not going to say he had an amazing game. He did.
It was enough.
That last touchdown saved him pretty much because
definitely.
Before that he wasn't doing too well. But he made it work, honestly.
Yeah. Then we have Tariq Cohen. Picked him up off the waiver wires. This was honestly a great pickup for me because Jordan Howard is not doing good at all, and he had that injury. So definitely Tariq Cohen's going to be getting those. Plus the Bears, exactly. They're not doing great offensively, so they're not going to keep running the ball. They're going to keep getting blown out, so they're going to keep passing to him. He's a great receiving running back. So it was a good substitute for Jordan Howard. I actually didn't have Jordan Howard starting this week, which is great for me because he only put up .70 points.
Yeah, Jordan Howard, honestly, I had him last year, and he was doing phenomenal. But this year
he did great the first game.
Yeah, he did great.
But second game, horrible.
Yeah. Tariq Cohen, he definitely is. For everybody listening that does play fantasy, I would start him next week. Even though they're playing Pittsburgh, it might not be the best matchup, honestly, but he's going to get majority of the snaps. So
yeah, exactly.
And he is definitely a red zone threat. So if you're looking to get some TDs, then definitely Tariq Cohen. Who did you have? Who was your kicker? Or your kicker, your tight end? Who cares about kicker?
I got a funny story about the kicker. Let's get into that kicker, though. I got Giorgio Tavecchio. I don't know how to say his name. Yeah. He had that great first game with the Raiders. I was like, you know what? This guy seems like a player I want on my team. Just that whole story-wise.
He had two field goals that were beyond 50 yards.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And he's been struggling to get on that team for a long time, too. So it was a pretty cool story. I don't know if you heard about it.
I didn't.
Very long, not really long, but I'm trying to remember all the exact details. But all I know is one of those underdog stories. It was posted on the main page of Reddit because it was such a cool story.
And you just picked them up as soon as
I read about it and I looked into it, and then I did some research and people were saying, yeah, if you're gonna look for a good kicker right now, because I have Matt Prater, which isn't a bad pick either. He's a great pick also, but this guy was like, I figure with kickers you're not losing out much unless they're a horrible kicker.
Yeah, the only thing with kickers is that usually I try to pick up kickers that are on teams that are high scoring, so they're gonna have a lot of either
pats.
field goal attempts or a lot of pats. Exactly. Yeah. So
and he got me 9 points last week, so I was perfectly fine.
Yeah,
with that.
Week 1 I think he had 19 or something like that.
Points,
it's crazy.
Tight
end.
Tight end. I had Kyle Rudolph. He's just he's not gonna give me Gronk numbers, but he'll give me some decent numbers. What hurt him though was Sam Bradford was out. So exactly. I think that's what killed that situation. Randall Cobb, 7 points, decent amount of points. Mainly I just put him in there because this dude, Jordan Howard's out. Mm-hmm. So I just put Cobb in there.
Yeah, Cobb.
And Rodgers didn't have the greatest game either.
If I were you, even though we're in the same league, Randall Cobb right now, he's a third option as far as, even though Jordy Nelson just got hurt. So that's going to change actually. Yeah. So you might want to hold on to it now. I think about that.
Yeah.
Your defense.
Baltimore defense.
Woo,
yeah.
17
points.
They had 25 points week 1.
Yeah.
Oh, they went up against Cleveland. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, that makes sense. Yep. The Bears then Cleveland. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. So I was pretty happy about that.
And then our league, like we mentioned previously, we have IDPs. Mm-hmm. So who's
Landon Collins?
From the Giants. Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty much I figured I had to get one Giants player, just to represent.
That's the one thing. I don't like picking up completely unrelated. Not it is unrelated. It is related, but Jets players are horrible.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Even when they were good though, I
wouldn't like doing it.
They were good.
Were we playing fantasy back then?
Yeah. When they had Mark Sanchez in his prime, I still wasn't picking up Jets players because it's bias. 100%,
yeah, I understand.
So, but
I figured for IDPs,
it
wasn't
doesn't matter,
going to hurt
exactly.
too much. So I got Landon Collins and I got Miles Jack also. They put up decent numbers.
They did 6 points each.
Yeah.
But you lost.
But I lost
128-96.
And it wasn't like his team did amazing. It was just 4 specific players did spectacular. Like Brady
Tom
put
Brady,
up 30,
Jordy Nelson put up
31
0 points specifically because
I think he was injured. Right?
Yeah. Still won. Fitzgerald with 2, Tyreek
Gurley 23 points.
Gronk, Hogan.
Yeah, so those guys were literally the reason why I lost because they did so amazing.
He started 3 Patriots players.
Yeah, Amendola was out though, but he pretty much has the Patriots as his team. That's
seriously.
Yeah.
Let's get to my matchup, which I also lost, but we'll still talk about it. I actually got blown out of the water by 30 points.
Yeah.
I was projected to win and just did horrible. So I started Matt Ryan against Green Bay. I thought it was gonna be like a super high scoring game. Matt Ryan was gonna throw a lot of TDs. He only had 15 points. It's not that great. Doug Baldwin has been disappointing me. I'm not sure what's going on with Russell Wilson.
Their Seattle defense is looking horrible.
Even though they got the win with 12 points, it just seems like their offense is just struggling.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas. I know what you meant. Yeah. Like we said earlier, I had traded for Michael Thomas. He had 8.9.
Oh, okay. So that's good.
He did decent.
Yeah.
Thielen.
That goes back to Rudolph.
Sam Bradford.
Yeah, Sam Bradford. Man. That's crazy. It's like, man, if only Sam Bradford was playing.
If I would have known that, I wouldn't have started him. I guess I didn't do well enough of my research.
Well, it was very like couple hours before the game even started, I believe.
Oh, that would explain that. I was very busy before the game started.
I remember looking at it and I was like, oh, that's not great, but didn't have any time to make any changes about it.
I was playing basketball actually before 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I should have definitely checked. LaShawn McCoy, man, what's up?
Yeah,
4 points.
Not a good game at all.
DeMarco Murray might be hurt. Zach Ertz got 9 points.
That was such a great pickup.
23 points was amazing.
Zach Ertz, that was such a good pickup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that dude that dropped him. I don't know why he dropped him.
I don't know. As soon as I saw it, I was like, all right, I got.
I did want him also, but only because you said I was like, I'll let him have it too.
Even though you might not have gotten him because would that have been your first on the waiver wire? Like your first
probably not. I probably would have went with Tariq Cohen first either way.
I would have got him.
Yeah.
Then I had a chance. Ty Montgomery with 23 points. Like I said, he played phenomenally. Even though they still lost to Atlanta, it was a high scoring game, but it was pretty much Devonta Freeman in that game. That was the whole thing. That's why Matt Ryan, and that might be it's scaring me with Julio Jones because if it seems like Devonta Freeman's pretty much gonna be taking the majority of snaps, he's gonna be the majority of the offense, then Matt Ryan's not gonna be throwing a lot of TDs, and Julio Jones is not gonna be getting a lot of looks. So.
Yeah,
that worries me. And then I had Arizona defense against Colts. 10 points.
Pretty good.
Yeah, TJ Watt. Bobby Wagner did good. TJ Watt is hurt.
That sucks.
It's just if your last name's Watt,
you're
gonna get hurt. Apparently.
Thanks, mom and dad. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yep. Well, that's it for fantasy, and that's how we did this week. We'll, update you guys less specifically. I feel like next week. We really haven't gotten into, how our league's been doing. 2K18 came out recently.
Yes, it did.
I did pick it up. I have it for PS4. If you want to add me, whoever's listening, CSpoon94. But yeah, it's a very, very good game. It surprised me a lot, honestly. What is your favorite thing that you feel like about?
Well, I've always said I've wanted those classic Nets and Orlando teams. And now that Trace McGrady in his prime is on 2K, I just want to play it all the time.
It's unfair. I remember I played, you literally did everything with him.
I was not expecting him to be that amazing. It was great playing with him. But I think that's the best part about the new 2K is that the star players feel like more star players now.
Exactly. And I feel like it's because I feel like before it was kind of you have your star players, but then anybody can really defend them kind of thing as long as you hold L2, which is defensive lock, then it could pretty much stop them. But it seems like superstars now in 2K18, it just seems like they're doing what they're supposed to do, what they would have actually done in real life. Finishing unfinishable baskets, making shots with defense in their face, Kobe and things like that.
Yeah,
which I like. It's more realistic to me, and the finishing I feel like is a lot more realistic. When they added the all-time teams, I haven't played with regular teams yet.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the other all-time teams because you don't want to play with them as much. You're getting a weaker bench. The whole reason you play is to play with good players. You don't for the Nets team. Yeah, it'd be cool to play with Keith Van Horn, but I don't really want to play with Keith Van Horn.
Nobody wants to play
with Keith. It'd be cool to say, hey, Keith Van Horn, there he is, but you don't really want to play with Keith Van Horn.
The Nets, that team, their bench is ridiculously deep,
it's a great
man.
Team,
they had
Darren Williams
was starting. He was starting. Off the bench, you had Darren Williams, Richard Jefferson,
Kenyon Martin, Vince Carter. Just great players all around.
Dr. J
starting and just being ridiculous. The best part is the fact that we can make 3-pointers now, because that was a big part about 2K last year, where it was really hard to make 3-pointers.
And people were complaining about that, and they definitely, especially in today's basketball, 3-pointers is definitely the perimeter game is pretty much the main thing.
And when you're wide open, you should be able to make it. There was a period of time I was hitting all threes, and once there's a hand in your face, obviously it's harder. But when you're wide open, you should have no difficulty whatsoever.
You're an NBA basketball player. Most of the time, if you're wide open, that's going in. I love how now that they have at the top, they tell you how the shot was. If you were wide open, if the release, if you were smothered on defense, or if it was just great defense. I love how they do that now, so you can actually see why your shot missed or why your shot went in, and things like that. My player, my career,
you seem to be having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. You start at 60. A lot of my friends are buying VC. I refuse to do that still.
Well, you missed out on the big discount.
I did. Yeah. There was a discount on
Let's
VC.
not let that little detail slide.
I wasn't going to tell anybody that.
Making it sound like you're above the whole thing, but then you're saying a whole different story a couple days ago.
I mean, I refused, but with that discount, I might have just done that.
Yeah.
I might have just done it.
But 80% discount.
It is.
That's amazing. I thought that was just a usual thing. That's why when I read it, I was like, oh, okay, I guess, that's... Because, you hear those deals all the time, hey, get 50% off. But it's a deal that they always have, but they make it seem like they don't always have it. So I was like, I guess he doesn't want 80% off. I guess it can happen again.
It was the first day, they released. They had
Makes
VC,
sense, yeah.
80% off.
Imagine how much money they made from VC.
Oh, man. Besides the sales, which was probably still ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just VC alone, I can imagine, was probably crazy.
That was just a big thing in just games in general. Once those add-ons came to games.
And I hated it at first, but from a business perspective, it makes sense.
So much sense.
Yeah. People are literally making huge profits just besides the sales from physical sales, or online sales, the add-ons, the additional in-app and in-game purchasing. It's crazy. Even though I still I refuse. I don't want to. If they have another discount,
yeah, you would do it in a heartbeat though. You just don't want to make
spend that full
those
amount
original
on
prices. Yeah,
on game money. It's just. But yeah, I made it to a 70 overall. My
wow,
player
only
now.
70 still. From
a 60 to a 70.
I know, but because you hear about those guys that are 80s because of the VCs.
As soon as I started a game, there's people just 85 already. Even though the skill, I played in the park now, it seems like I'm better than a lot of people. I'm not sure if that's because I spent a lot of my time, getting badges and things like that, and and upgrading my player. Mm-hmm. Whereas people, they can get to an 85, which is their stats, but their badges won't be there. So it's kind of they're still not great.
But it's easier for them to get those badges, correct?
It is easier for them to get those badges.
So it's one of those things where you kind of got to figure, am I going to spend time doing this now, or go the easy road later on? I don't know. And it's fun. Sense.
So I honestly don't mind, taking my time and doing this. And I looked up how to make a KD. I'm right now crafting my player after KD. Mm-hmm. So he's 6'11".
Oh yeah, that's a perfect prototype for a player.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's pretty much originally I wanted him to be a Porzingis, a stretch 4 kind of player.
Yeah.
But then I started making him quicker and quicker. So I'm just you know what? I might as well just transition this over to a KD type player, which is the best kind of player you could have. Somebody really tall.
Plus Porzingis, it's not fun to play with players that tall too. At least in my opinion.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. The dunks, they don't look as fluid.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, honestly, I kind of don't care because online, that's a big thing. I used to hate when I would make a 6'2" player, trying to be honest about myself kind of thing. It's my player. Let me make a 6'2" player point guard, and then I'm getting my shots sent in the park.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels good now to have a super tall player, even though I'm not super tall. But it just makes it fun, online kind of thing. Even though the dunks aren't crazy, but
it'd be so weird if everyone just put their actual heights in the game.
You would actually see random people most
little
people
kids, and they're 4'8",
5'3", mad spud webs.
Yeah, just roaming around.
All right, that's it for today. Is there anything else you want to say, Joel?
Nope, the usual. Like, subscribe, comment. You?
Nope, that's it, man. You guys enjoy your rest of your night. Take care.